Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Will Trades in the house, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about 3 things that you need to start identifying to become a better trader. Key levels of interest and trend, with obviously the last one, risk management. So I'm going to be really breaking down absolutely everything in this video about what you need to look for and what you need to identify to become a better trader. As well, I will be doing the lesson with my Discord, my team. They will be able to ask me questions, which you guys get to watch and get to listen in on. As well, if you guys actually want to be a part of my team, live trade with me, and be a part of this amazing community, link will be down below. I'll catch you guys later. Hope you guys enjoy. So the first thing that you obviously guys need to understand, we're just going to go literally from this basics, literally scratch, start from the very beginning, is what is even support and resistance? What is it, right? And support and resistance pretty much means it's where buyers and sellers are. What is the market? What is the stock market? What are futures markets, crypto? They're all called markets at the end of the word, right? So pretty much I kind of told you guys this earlier today, supply and demand, right? If we didn't have a buyer or a seller in the market, markets wouldn't exist, right? They wouldn't be a thing. So when we're looking to buy or sell something, like if I decide to sell 10 contracts, somebody out there in the world or bank or whoever's, when I sell something, they're buying it. Or when I buy 10 contracts at a certain price, somebody out there is selling 10 contracts. Same thing with the stock market. Same thing with crypto. Same thing with forex. Every single market. When you're buying something, somebody out there is selling it. When somebody is selling it, somebody else is buying it. Okay. What the crazy thing is, when you make $700, somebody is selling that for a $700 loss. Or if you lose $700, you're selling that for somebody else making a $700 win. I don't know if you ever thought about that. Did anybody know that? Pretty cool. Really, really cool. Obviously, if you're yeah. So if I make $12,000, I just made $12,000 from somebody else or from multiple people, right? It might not be just one holder, but out of multiple contracts. What is it? It's buyers and sellers, right? If I'm selling something for a $12,000 profit, somebody's got to buy it for a $12,000 loss. Boom. Mind explode. Okay. So that's the same thing with what support and resistance is. Okay. When we have a certain level, which is right, this is on the what time frame are we on? The 1 day time frame, which means this is 1 day, this is 1 day, this is 1 day, this is 1 day. The bigger out the time frame, the stronger and more validated these support levels are compared to a 1 minute time frame. So when you look at a 1 day, when I zoom all the way in here on these wicks are going to mean a hell of a lot more than a 1 minute time frame. All right, guys. So if I zoom out here, okay, what can we see? And what do I look for to draw my support? We're not even going to be talking about resistance. We'll get into resistance in a little bit. I'm just going to talk about support, okay? And support means a key area in the markets where buyers usually step up. Again, anything in trading is not guaranteed. It's not like every single time we hit this level, we're going to go up. That's not what I'm trying to say, but it is a very probable chance that we will continue in the upward momentum. Now, us traders can do 2 things as support and resistance traders. We can buy off of these main levels, or we can wait for a breakout and play the breakout side, which what do we do today? We saw a main level support in a bigger time frame that broke. We played the break. We made money. Okay? So when I'm on the 1 day time frame, how do I know and where exactly do I draw these support levels? Well, I'm going to draw them, and somebody asked me earlier, do you draw them at the body wheel or do you draw them at the wicks? I draw them on the wicks. Okay? Now, why do I draw them on the wicks? And I said this before because that's where price goes to. Yeah, perfect, Carlos. I just answered your question. So it's always the wick. Always, always, always the wick. Okay? Now, again, you're like, why? Price closed here, but it actually went all the way down to here. It's like ignoring a key part of the market, right? Like you guys can see right here. Let me see if I can find a good example. Let me see if I can find it. When we have resistance coming up into these levels, it's the wicks that matter, because a wick right here on a smaller time frame is actually the market moving, right? This wick, all this is this one long wick. Okay, so let me go back to the 1 day time frame, and we can see that we have obviously main level support here. So I've noted, pretty easy to draw. Now, if I just move over, right, look, this one line, right, look what it did. We had support here. We had support here. Okay, let me even zoom in on all this. We had support here. We had support here. We had resistance here because obviously what I say, we have support and resistance. They flip-flop each other. Okay. Now, you're going to be like, Will, what is that? What is that? They're not hitting the lines perfectly. No. Just like I told you, this is science. This isn't guaranteed. It's not going to hit perfectly at this level 100% of the time, which is why we don't just say, oh, it's hitting this level, I'm going to go long, or oh, it's hitting this level, I'm going to go short. You have to diagnose and have a little bit more confluences in the market to make a decision, which I will get into again later. So this is going to be like a full breakdown, rundown, very important lesson. Okay, guys? So hopefully you guys can stay for the whole thing. Now, we got one support, and again, this is on the 1 day time frame. Now let's draw one level resistance. And again, you're going to be like, Will, how far back do you draw your lines? How far back do you want to draw them? I just draw them to where the most recent data is. And as of right now, the market's chilling right here. This tiny little baby wick is market right now. We're chilling at this level. Now, the most main next level resistance, the one that's really sticking out to me, is going to be the most massive move that changed direction. The most recent move that changed direction is where? Right here. Okay? So just off these two lines, I'm already kind of formulating something, right? We have buyers, if they come into this area, what's going to happen? They most likely will shoot up. Sellers come into this area, what's most likely going to happen? Sellers going to step into this. Again, if we just move right on over, what is the market in the past telling me? This was previous level resistance, now we're acting as support. This was previous level of support, acting as resistance, now acting as support. See how it flip-flops back and forth? So from just two lines can tell us so much of where the market's at. Okay, I got some of you guys typing here, so I'm gonna let you guys type away, and I'll continue. I'll stop once you guys finish the typing. So now, what do we want to do? Okay, well, I don't really. This is far away. This is far away. So I'm gonna zoom into the next time frame to go ahead and see what else we can break down. Now, Brian, you said I've been marking way more than that, just the recent. Yeah, I mean, this is just a small breakdown. We're gonna chart. We're gonna mark a little bit more. I'm zoomed out as much as possible right now. This is 1 day of price action. Okay, I'm going to after coming back. Okay, I never heard you guys saying that before. Saying what before? Well, I'm good. You learned something. No, I mean on a day one. Okay, yeah. So now I'm gonna go to the 4 hour time frame. Okay, what does this mean? 4 hour time frame represents 4 hours worth of price action. All right, guys. So each candlestick represents 4 hours. This is 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours, 4, so forth and so forth. Okay. So look what we drew, right? Just two levels. Haven't done anything else. Haven't done nothing. Okay. What do we got? We got, what is this? Just like I talked about a trend, right? This is consolidation. Okay. Francisco says, when I change the time frame on top step, the lines are extremely long. How do I fix those, bro? Sorry. That's a technical like broker issue. Just delete him and refix him. I don't know what you mean by super long. Okay, bro. I don't use Top Step X, so I don't know every little thing about it though. Okay, my bad. No, you're good. If somebody else knows the answer to that, please help them out. Okay, but just like I say, what are we doing in a bigger time frame? We're in this massive consolidation zone between 2171 and 19361. So we're like a 100+ point zone. 100+ point zone, which means obviously, are we waiting? Are we only going to be trading off of the 4 hour? Are we only going to be trading off of the 1 day? Absolutely not. Okay, so now what do we want to do here? What can we see? We're in consolidation. That's one thing I want to make sure. When I'm charting this out, guys, I'm talking to myself. I'm formulating a game plan. We have to do a lot of self-thinking. We don't just look at the market and guess, right? We have to kind of say, okay, what is market currently doing? Well, as of right now, before we sold off drastically, market's trading sideways. Now let's go to the 3 hour time frame. Okay, do I even have the 3 hour time frame? I don't. Let's go to the 1 hour. Let's skip an hour. Okay, here's a 1 hour time frame. Now we're even zoomed in again a lot more. Now what is market kind of telling me? Just like I said before, very wicky, pretty much sideways, and that's why market's kind of been a little harder to trade recently, just because of how wiki we've been. Okay, but what automatically can I see right now? I can see that we have another main level of support. What's my next main level support I want to look at? Right here. Now, we could draw all these wicks. This can all be price continue shooting up, continue shooting up. But I'll just draw it on the most recent low, which is right here. Okay. Now the most recent high on this resistance level is right here. All right. Again, very easy. I have 4 lines drawn. Very, very simple. Again, what is kind of happening here? We're in, after this dump this morning, what are we doing? We have massive consolidation, really bad consolidation. Okay. And from this consolidation, right, what are we probably going to do now? Go to a smaller time frame. Let's go to 30-minute. All right. 30-minute. And look how this consolidation is so bad. I don't even want to draw another level. I'm not even going to worry about it being here. I'm going to wait for a break here or a break here for tomorrow morning. Okay, why? We don't want to trade resistance here. I mean, we can do a resistance level here and a resistance level here, but does that really make sense? Another zone inside of the zone? No. So I'm just going to delete these. And we're just going to have zone 1, zone 2. So as of right now, if market tomorrow just wants to chill here again into this price range, I might not take a trade. I'm not even thinking about taking a trade unless we break above here or break below here. Not even thinking about it. Okay, so now you're going to say, hey, Will, if we break above here, what's your game plan? What are you going to do? Now, some of you guys can say fair value gaps. So use fair value gap here from here to here. This can be like, let me get my drawing tool out here to show you guys. This can be a massive fair value gap right here. Well, I'm not even concerned about that. I don't trade fair value gaps, so who cares about that? Okay. What I am concerned about is if we break this zone and we close above this zone, how much room do we have until price slows down? Well, let me go to the 15-minute time frame, and what can we see? We break out of here, and price most likely is going to go to right here. Okay, let me get my drawing tool out real quick. And how do I know price is going to go right here? Well, that's just the next level of what? Resistance, right? This was previous support yesterday. Remember yesterday price could not break up below this, and then after nowhere, we just shot up, right? Price just did not know what it wanted to do. Okay, now we broke through that today. Super, it was just crazy. Like yesterday, it took all day to try to break this, and then today it breaks without even thinking twice, right? So what is this going to be now? What is this going to be? This is going to be what? Resistance now. Okay, so if we break out of this, we have room all the way back up to here. Okay, so we can probably play point A to point B, right? If we have a lot of volume and a lot of continuation. Okay, if we break below here, when's the next level of resistance going to happen? Let me zoom out here. Let me zoom in. Okay, we have what? If we break here, our next low will be right here. Well, why is it right here? You might ask, well, why is it there? Well, just zoom in. This is the next main level of what? Support. Support, 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 support. If we break this, our next main level is here. Now, you guys know me. I'm a scalper. I don't try to hold a full move. I'm just kind of telling you where these levels are. So if we break here, I'll probably hold from here to here, make my money. I'll be happy. Again, if we go to a 1-minute time frame and zoom out, or I can't even see it on the 1 minute. Let's go to a 2-minute or 5-minute. This is a 04. This is a 50-point move. You guys know in trading, one NQ contract is what? $25 a point. 50 times 25. That's a $1,200 move on one NQ. Okay. If you use 5 micros, it moves, I think, $1.25 times 50. Actually, I think it's more, $2 times 50. So on one MNQ contract, that's $125. Okay. So and this is exactly the same thing. This is a 785 to 849. This is like a 50-point plus move too, right? These are more than enough moves. So now I have my game plan. I just told you my game plan. Okay. Now I'm going to show, excuse me. I'm going to show you guys something real quick. I use a thing called TradeZella. I don't know if you guys ever heard of TradeZella. Has anyone of you guys heard what TradeZella is or no? Anybody? Anybody? I'm turning my fan off real quick. I'm back. Oh, no, never. Okay, cool. So let me log in real quick and I'll show you guys. I just actually put in my data for TradeZella. So what TradeZella is, let me change my window here. Let me make sure. Okay. It's a journal. It's a journaling software. Okay, guys. And it's pretty much when I say journal your trades, this is exactly what I mean. Okay, guys. This is exactly what I mean. So when you guys take trades, and I just started using this again. Actually, I just put in my last two trades yesterday and today into this. Okay. So, and what TradeZella is, I think it's like $30 a month. Again, this is like the high end of trading. You guys don't need this. If you guys want to be cheap, just get a journal, get a notebook and write this down. But this gives me a ton of information. So the last 2 days, I made $2,768. Today I made 30. You guys can see here. Today I made 1.32K, and yesterday I made 1.45K for the week. Okay, so as of right now for this week, I'm up $2,768 for the week. As of right now, okay. And it says trade expectancy. So it's saying the computer says out of all the trades I've made, I'm expected to make an average at least of $251 per trade. Okay, my win rate is 90.91%. So far, I've taken 10 trades, had one loser, and then one break even. Okay, and now it says my average win to loss ratio is a 3.18. What does a win to loss ratio mean? That means the average profit on all winning trades to losing trades, right? So when I say a risk to reward, ROR, that's at 3.18. So I'm averaging a 1 to 3 risk to reward right now. Now, profit factor, this means total profits divided by total loss. A profit factor above 1 indicates a profitable trading system. My profit factor is 31. And it just says you have to be at 1 to make this. If you're at least above 1, you are trading a winning profitable strategy. Okay, now throughout the week, if I take more red days or whatever, this profit factor might decrease a little bit, and I'll take another screenshot every single day so you guys can see what my profit is, right? And then it says my Zella score. What is a Zella score? Or whoever made this website says compared to consistency, win rate, profit factor, average win to loss, recovery factor, and max drawdown is all included into this, and it gives you you are a crappy trader or you are an absolutely amazing trader. I'm at right now for 2 days at a 93.7%, which is crazy. Okay. Now, it actually tells you all the trades you've taken, $400, $5, break even right here, 365, 350, 30. Okay. And then that was my one red trade. Now, if I click on this, make sure you guys see that, it actually shows you the trades I took, right? It says I had a $195 win, a $25 win, a $90 loss, $5 win, and then a $1,300 win. So you can see I had 4 winners, 1 loser, gross P&L of $1,400. It didn't add the commission in there. You can actually have the commission in there. And the profit factor in this was a 17.5%, which is crazy. Okay, and at least on Monday, my win rate was 80%. Okay, now on today, you can see all the winning trades I've taken. I didn't have one red trade. I had total 7 trades, 1 break even, and then 6 winners. And my win rate was 100%. Okay. And then actually cool, it shows me the commission here. I spent $30 in commission here, and then I made $1,354. Okay. Which is pretty cool. What else it can do, I believe, you can daily journal your trades. So you can put in you can add notes. You can actually look at the trades. Like these are the trades I've taken, winner, 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 winner. I think you can do progress tracker. I'm not really sure how this is. I never actually used this, but it's really cool. Like it gives you a ton of stuff and a ton of information with your trading, right? And then obviously you can filter it, all that good stuff. So I just wanted to show you guys this of how this works, and it's $29 a month. And it automatically connects to my TradeAvate account. Yep, so I link my TradeAvate account with this. So every single day will automatically, all I'm gonna do is I think like hit resync, and it automatically syncs in my data every single day. And then it'll tell me, so at the end of the week, let's see how I do. Okay, and I'll show you guys. Cool. But let's move back to, I think which one? Any questions on that? I know it's really cool. And it's $29 a month. It's super affordable. When it first came out, I used to use this, but now I'm gonna get back into using it. When it first came out, it was like $500 a year, $600 a year. It was crazy, which is pretty cool. Questions? That's really cool. Yeah. Some of you guys are typing right now, so I'm gonna give it a sec. I think TopStep has something similar. It does, which is pretty cool. But I mean, I don't use TopStep X, so I would just use that. All right. I'll get it, but I just totaled my car. Oh, damn, Carlos. I hope you're. I'm not saying you guys have to get it, right? I'm just showing you guys what I know and giving you guys more information. Always more information, the better. You guys are my team, right? I tell you guys everything that you guys need. If you guys choose to use it, you can. And when I'm showing you guys the algo, the trading journal, is this going to change your trade? Like, are you going to be a millionaire trader tomorrow by using this? No. But there's small stepping stones to use to help you become profitable, right? What's really cool is you're using, let's say you use that software and you're just losing red trade after red trade after red trade. The computer or the algorithm is going to say, hey, your profit factor is this, your win to loss ratio is this. Like if you're like super bad, it will tell you. If you're on the edge of becoming profitable, it will tell you. If you are profitable, it even has a profit factor. If your strategy is below 1, you're not profitable. Mine's 31.2. So it's insane. So again, I'll keep you guys up to date with more of the system and how that works. But yeah, just wanted to go ahead and show you guys that. Topsa said I suck. It's okay. I'm going to stick with trend lines, especially with a lot of touches and key levels work for me. Beautiful. So yeah, so I already talked about support and resistance levels. Let's go into a smaller time frame and let's talk about trend. Okay. Now, what is trend? It means higher lows, higher highs, lower lows, lower highs. Now, how can we find trend? Imagine support and resistance, but on a diagonal level, right? If we can see here, let me just zoom in here. We are obviously in an overall sideways trend, but as of right here, right here, right here, and right here, what are we going? We're making higher lows, right? So what we can do is we can get our trend line out and just connect the dots. So, and what my algo does too, on different time frames, it shows you different types of trend, right? On the 5-minute time frame, my algo says we have a trend on the downside, and then we have a trend on the upside. Now, on a maybe 1 hour time frame, my trend's going to be a little different, right? On a 2-minute time frame, again, my algo is going to be a little different, right? It just helps with trend direction. Now, you guys can see when we're making higher highs, higher lows, we broke through this trend. Now, trend is very hard to trade with when we have all these ridiculous wicks and all this chop. So how can we identify the trend? Well, as of right now, look, we have another trend right here to the downside. Okay, so what we can use is our support and resistance levels with trend break of structure to say, okay, I will start looking for longs once we break trend. I will start looking for shorts when we break trend, right? So it's just kind of another thing to add to our diagnoses to decide, okay, are we going to go higher or are we going to go lower? Okay, and then the last thing I add, and this is it, is break a structure. So for example, if we break this trend to the upside, I want it to break, come back down, break structure again on the next, here, let me show you guys, drawings. So for example, imagine this, imagine this right here was a trend line. We broke trend right here, for example, and then I would want it to break another high. So let's say we broke trend, come back down, we break a high. So then I would have an entry right here, and then stop loss obviously below the lows, and then target it. Does that kind of make sense? And then I'll target the next level of resistance. Okay. Let me clear that. And that's literally all I do. And I make my trading super easy. So for tomorrow, what am I looking at? Obviously, we have support, resistance. Oh, let me draw this a little better. Okay. And as of right now, I mean, if you really want to, we can draw one more zone. High of pre-market, low of pre-market. There we go. No more. Okay. So on the 15-minute time frame, we can see, okay, we got our levels. If we break out of this, we're going here. If we break out of this, we're going here. I'll actually make sure we're going there before I lie to you guys. No, I lied to you guys. We're going here. Now, if we break out of this, we're going here. If we break out of this, we're going here. Okay? And then the only thing that we need on our side, is good PA, price action. If we have bad price action, trading breakouts or trend direction or whatever, just like this example, is going to be the death of us, and it's going to make it very, 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 very hard to determine how to trade, because trading on trend with no actual movement sucks, right? Like, this is like super hard to trade, even with having the best support, the best resistance, the best trend lines. It's just hard. Why? Because like, look at the bigger time frame compared to this candle that we took our money on, and this. Do you guys see the difference? Yeah, it's very easy to decide which one you guys want to trade. Okay. So questions, start firing questions at me. What do we got? Questions, comments, anything. What are we not understanding? Okay. My goal for you guys is to identify and understand this, so when we do live trading every single day in the mornings together, you can take what we're learning now and then apply that in the mornings. Okay. I practiced on support and resistance, and I was wicked out on resistance level on a liquidity trap. Is there any way to protect yourself from this? Again, yes. Well, we have to identify trend. Okay. That's why I don't just play support and resistance breaks. You have to identify a little bit more than that, right? So for example, on this break, let me go to a small time frame. Right? First trade I was looking at, right, to take the position was right here on this break. Now, why will I take a position on the break right here? Because before I'm saying, oh, it is support, I'm going to play the break here. No, the very first thing I'm looking at is, what is the overall bigger time frame pre-market doing, right? I tell you guys this before. What are we doing? We're making lower lows, lower highs. So in my mind, the most recent low, if we break this on market open, because you guys know market open has the most amount of volume, and that's why I stopped trading after a certain time, because after a certain time, we get a lot more fake outs, right? So I only take my trades between 8:30 and 10:30 max. So this, I know if we can break below this, we're moving. Now, did I know how low we can break? No. That's why I was waiting, right? We missed this first trade. Oh, I missed this trade. I told you guys, I missed it. Then I missed this one. Okay. So I'm like, okay, well, when's the next level and how much room do we have? And I told you guys, next level is right here. And if we zoom out, how do we know that? Right? The next level to take the short is right there. Right? Here he is, right there. Now I say, if we can break below this, how much room do we got? Till right here. Look what price did. Then it came all the way down to here. When's the next level? Right here. How do we know that? Right there. Right? So how can we protect ourselves from wick plays? I only trade in the mornings. I tell you guys all the time, look for key levels. Those are key levels. Okay? If we have good price action on our side like we did today, it's very hard to get whipped out if you're trading these levels correctly. Okay? What do you say about finding support and resistance when it's so wicky? Like this, perfect example, later in the day. Look how wicked we are. I walked away. I took one more trade, and that trade wasn't a support and resistance trade. That was a trend breakout trade, which was this trade. And that's why you guys have to constantly like keep it. I took this trade, the break high. I was like, and how do we make sure we don't play a support and resistance break here? We only play the next highest low and highest high. What do I mean by that? Right? Things to do later afternoon side lesson learned. Okay, perfect, right? So for example, right? If we are, let me delete these lines again. Okay. We have lows here and we have highs here. Okay. Now, how to make sure you don't get wicked out? Because you can get wicked out all right here. This is technically a support area. Technically, right? How do we make sure not to get wicked out here? I won't even think about taking the support break here. I'll be thinking about the most lowest one or the most highest one. Like I would have taken this long, like I told you guys, and some of you guys did. I think Tyler, you caught it. Was this break here, right? This wasn't a wicked out play because we played the what? The most highest high, and this is the most lowest low. I'm not worried about all these other levels of resistance in the middle of the highest or lowest low. All of this is just going to be fake outs, confusion, and uncertainty, right? But the lowest low and the lowest high are now technically is right here. is going to give us the next actual big play, not all this gibbery-jew stuff. All right, does that kind of make sense, guys? So when I'm looking to play my support and my level for tomorrow morning, I'm not looking to take a short here. If we break this, I'm looking to take a short here. Well, why this one? This is the most lowest low. Is that a 1 day? No, this is on the 5 minute time frame. If that's what your question was, bro. Goddamn, I've been marking way too much. Yeah, bro. Like, look how simple. I don't chart like 1,000 lines on my screen like this, right? I'm not like, okay, let's like it looks like this, right? And I'm like, all right, let's take some trades now, guys. All right, let's take some trades. What do we got? Let's see here. Let's go to the 1 minute. Let's see. I'm gonna. Let's take a trade here. You know what I'm saying? That's almost impossible to trade. This doesn't make sense. And look at the 15-minute time frame. What? You know? So, please, 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 when we're charting our levels, just go based off of the most recent low, the most recent high, and the main key levels. The main key levels are going to be the biggest time frames. Okay? So the main key levels on a bigger time frame, that's why I go out to the 4-hour time frame. What are the main key levels? Right here, right here, right here, right here. Okay? Cool. Now let's go to the 15-minute or 5-minute. Wow, look how accurate that lined up, right? And we can kind of make them a little bit. I mean, I've been doing this for 6 years, so I kind of like can sleep in this. All right, just like I said, now what are we looking for? Our main key levels. What is my main key level? Ooh, look, I already drew it on a bigger time frame right here. And then right here, I didn't draw because I can see it. There we go. There's our main key levels. We got a whole, and then obviously this break, we can draw one more just to be certain, because we're obviously not going to straight fall. We're going to have a little bit of resistance right here. Okay. Look at all the lines I got. And oh yeah, we can draw one more, I'm sorry, which is after this break right here. There we go. Those are all the lines I need. No more, no less. Go to the 2 minute. Now what do we do, guys? We wait. We wait for one of the price action, the levels to hit. And while we're waiting, look what we can do. We can start drawing our trend lines in conjunction with that. There we go. There's one trend line. Here's another. All right. So now what we can do, oh, look, we're breaking out of this trend. Okay, do we take the trade here? No. But this breaking out of a trend is going to start telling me, hey, Will, buyers are kind of strong. Hey, Will, they're most likely going to see a continuation to this level. Or if we break below this trend and we break below here, yeah, we're most likely going to see shorts. Trend is what? Bearish. Okay. Are the key levels just the higher highs and lows of each time frame? Correct, because on bigger time frames is where the main key levels are and where you can find those big moves. Okay. Our key levels when it changes direction. Key levels, that's where support, where does change direction happen, right? Where do you find support and resistance? In changes of direction. This is a change of direction. This is a change of direction. This is a change of direction. Now that, see, so all these higher lows and higher highs time frames is where liquidity is at. Where is liquidity? Buyers and sellers. Now the only thing we have to make sure is there more demand in a certain area or is there more supply? If there's more demand, market's going to go up. If there's more supply, market's going to go down. Okay. Well, I'll be honest, maybe me, but I never remember you saying most recent on the, then you would only have about 2 on the day, 2 on the hour. And what do you mean? As we grow, you are explaining better. We are all getting better. Okay, yeah, good. Again, like sometimes I feel like I'm telling you guys this stuff, but I mean, obviously when you guys are learning this, sometimes it's good to just go back to the basics, or go back to the strategy and digest it again and re-talk about it. And I think the biggest thing is like when we do these lessons, I kind of like just analyzing the market of what it did the day of, if you guys already know the strategy. But if you guys don't already know the strategy, then we have to teach you guys the strategy. Then that's why the power hour kind of just stopped trading power up, because it's been so bad. And now I'm only kind of just doing, okay, how do we do today? The power hour is kind of like a recap of what we did, right? Okay, what do we do good? What do we do bad? What do we need to work on? What is this? What is that, right? I had way too many lines. I would draw lots of them, all way too many. Yeah, and that's all in the 1 minute, right? 1 minute support and resistance levels are not going to be as serious and be a lot more wiki than a 15-minute or a 2 hour or a 30-minute support and resistance level, right? Now, and it gives me a lot more confidence in taking a trade because I don't have to worry about all these tiny little levels of support and resistance. I know that this one, and if this does break, and that's why, guys, I always have a bigger time frame on my charts, right? If I'm looking at a 2-minute time frame to execute my trades, I'm going to have my 15-minute time frame on here looking to see, okay, what is it looking like? Because obviously looking at the 2-minute, I need to see my data. Where's my next resistance? I'm not going to see where my next level of resistance is unless looking at the next data high on a bigger time frame. So always have another time frame up, right? We can't just blindly trade off the 1 minute or 2 minute. It's super hard. Do you ever go back to the 1 day? Yeah, I just showed you guys. So here's the 1 day time frame. What is market doing, right? Obviously on the 1 day time frame, this can look like too much for you, but it's not. Okay, the 1 day time frame, this is the lowest point of this candle. This is actually probably going to be a very, let me get back to even this level right here, the highest point of this candle is going to be a solid level of resistance. Why? Because if we go back to the 1 minute time frame, there's that solid main level of resistance right here. That's that candle. That's that wick from that 1 day right here. Okay, so we have to be aware of that. And if you just slide on over, wow, support, broke, came back down, retested, it fell. Okay, if you want to go to a bigger time frame, look at that. That's another Bay level support right here. But obviously I don't really care about this because, resistance, and I don't care about this because what? We're all the way down here. This is going to matter to me eventually, just not as of right now because we're trading right here. Okay. I think I need to join the elite so I can do a 101 to tighten up my knowledge. Yeah, again, the 101s are available for you guys if you want them, right? Obviously, the group lessons, I only can give you guys so much information in group setting. If we have 101s, I can obviously personally talk to you guys or whatever. But questions, comments, the floor is yours. Scarlett, Omar, do you want to add anything? Okay, good. Yeah, I think this is like, if you guys don't understand this, then it's going to be very hard for you guys to even trade, right? You guys have to make sure that you really understand how to draw these zones because it's really going to tell you where market's going to go, right? As of right now, what are we doing on a 2 minute time frame, right? We are in an uptrend. We're still consolidating on a bigger time frame, but we're in an uptrend. Here, let me get my trend line out again. Point to point. Okay. Now we can see that we are in a consolidation zone. You can see right here. So can you be like, hey, Will, can I play this breakout high here? Well, no, I wouldn't play the break here. I might play, if I really want to take a very, very quick scalp trade, I can take the break and retest because can we play this move? I guess, if you really, really, really want to. But at the same time, I would wait for the break, retest, and then go long here. And then if volume is really picking up, then I can maybe target all the way up here, right? Instead of waiting to trade this breakout all the way up here, how can we trade maybe inside of the zone? How can we trade this? Well, look, my algo just picked up this trend line to the downside. We just broke this trend line. So I actually want to see this break high be taken out, and then this break high be taken out, retest it. I'll look for a long position here, stop loss control, and then move higher. And that's exactly what you guys saw on the recording trade as well. Okay. Are we consolidating? Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go for it. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I definitely want you to watch my entries and then watch the levels too. Because if you watch where I entered the levels with the entry, I think it'll help you out and help you guys out a lot more as well. Um, so again, I will start doing better to recording all my live trades so you guys can see them, and so you guys can rewatch my live trades over and over and over again. Okay, so you guys can see that. I'll even share the losses and everything as well. Okay, so how we can control my risk. Do you use any indicators? Nope. The only indicator I use is my support and my trend lines. This is all. This is literally it. What you guys are looking at is what I use. What else got? Is it been the best description you have ever given us? Yeah, good. I'm glad. That's my goal. And I'm kind of like learning what you guys need help on, because like every single day we might get new students, or compared to some people that might have been with me for a month to somebody that's been with me for 2 days. So it's kind of hard to like, we might have a lot of repetition because the new people coming in might have absolutely like, are clueless, and then the people that have been with me for a while kind of obviously know. So it's kind of hard to like juggle between 5 different levels. So that's why your guys' feedback with where you guys are at will be super, super important for me, so I can figure out what you guys need help with. Okay? Because I don't, every single person's on like a different level, right? We might all be in a general same concept level, but we're slightly still in different, you know what I mean? Are we consolidating between fair value gaps? I don't use fair value gaps. Don't use them, right? I don't even know. I don't even have my indicator on. That's not what I use. Again, I don't really like fair value gaps. There's too many of them that form. I don't like them. Now, and I don't use them. Does that mean, oh, Will, I want to use them though, dude, but you don't use them? We have an issue. No, if you want to have fair value gaps in there, somehow make sure that the fair value gap that you enter on works with your edge, works with your strategy. If it doesn't make sense while you're using them and you're still losing trades while trying to trade fair value gaps, right? You don't need fair value gaps to trade. Can you use them? For sure. Do you need them in your strategy? If so, use them. But I don't use them, right? When I take my positions, I don't even care about fair value gaps. I don't even enter them. I don't look at anything. I just throw them out the door, right? They've only been talking about fair value gaps since the Insider Trader thing started in like 2020 or 2019. So, yep, that's where I messed up too. Debating getting into a break or wait for the retest. Now, I always never wait for the retest on the first 30 minutes of market open because it has the most amount of volume. Now, later in the day, if I'm really liking a break, I will wait for the retest. If I'm not 90% sure that we're going to break right here, at least 90% sure with how I feel about the market and everything, I will wait for the retest. If you guys are super like, oh, I just don't know, I'm scared, I don't know what to do, wait for the retest. Now, for example, thankfully with this big dip, we didn't really have any retests, right? The only retest we got on this break was this one. This was the only retest we got. Now, if you're waiting for a retest and you miss this play, you're like, damn, there's really no other retest to be made. So that's why when we missed this trade, I wasn't playing retest, I was just playing the next break, right? If that kind of makes sense. Okay. Yeah, that's why I'm going to do stop orders, because I've been waiting for a break. And sometimes, yeah, when the first market open, have those stop orders in, have those limit orders in, so the computer can fill you instead of you hitting buy or sell. Because having a really, 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 really bad thing is going to hurt you. Okay. What else got? Well, okay, but you put them on your other screen. I put what on my other screens? What did I put on my other screen? Yo, what's up, Dix? I took a course before joining you that taught me all the most used indicators. It was hard to actually think about not using them. I know, and I get it. You guys probably have different knowledge or different viewpoints of the market before you even knew who I was. And if I'm saying something completely different than what you guys have been using, it might mess with your head a little bit. I get that. But I'm just sharing with you guys what makes me 6+ figures every single year. Right? If you guys are using something that's not working and you guys have been doing this for 6 months or more, maybe that's not a winning strategy. I'm not saying that the strategy, if you use my strategy to a T, you have to actually like it and you guys have to actually understand it. Right? If I understand this strategy, but you guys have no idea, and you guys are, or one person's like, man, I know it's a winning strategy, but I just don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe the strategy is not for you, and if it is, I'm sorry. Right? But this is what I use. And honestly, I'm biased. I think this is such an easy strategy to learn because I hate confusion. I'm not smart. I don't have a huge IQ. I hated school. I failed almost every single. I was like a C student my whole life. Okay, I was not book smart. So I need everything simplistic and easy. But yeah, at least have to make it make sense in the market. That's all. Okay. I feel like I'm in a message poly with an Asian between. Yeah, bro, Dix, I don't know how you trade Asian G. Like, are you in a trade right now? I agree with your strategy. Good. Okay. What else we got? What else got? What else got? And trade lasted about 20 minutes. I was done at 6:20. Okay. Now look at this, right? Obviously, we don't trade Asian, but look what it's doing. We're holding above this trend line. We broke it. We're holding above it. So now we're having support. Does that mean we go long? No. We want to see this level be broken out, right? And then this level be broken out. There's still no confirmation that we're actually making. That's why I say you have to identify trend too, not just support, not just trend lines, but the market. What is market moving? Here's a low. Here's a higher low. Can we make a higher low? Can we make a higher high, which has to break here? So you have to have identification of trend with support and resistance and trend lines, right? And then obviously control your risk. So the strategy still isn't easy, but it's the easiest, right? I feel like I need to see your strategy maybe 40 more times. I got it. Rewatch this video 40 more times, bro. I got you. When you get a chance, can you show the sell off orders during a trade? What do you mean sell off orders? Carlos, yeah. And there we go. Look at this. Good buyer stepping in. Let's see if we can break this zone. Does that mean I'm going to go long here? No. I'm going to wait for it to break and let's see. Obviously, it's after hours too, so I won't even trade it. Best way to learn a strategy is to forward test and on paper count. Yeah, if you guys want to learn this, paper trade exactly what I'm doing. Don't use your don't learn a strategy with your real money. That makes no sense. If you guys are learning a strategy and then testing the strategy or currently in the process of learning it and then using real money to learn it, that's gonna make you lose because you're learning. You're in the learning stage, right? You don't want to learn with trying to use real money and then blow it and lose everything. I mean, at least that's why I wouldn't want to do that. I'll allow the paper trade for a week, have 1 week, maybe 2 weeks of just paper trading, and then slowly move on over to prop firm, okay, or personal. I don't know, you did it in the video you sent after the live trade. You had bought 8 cons, sold off some in the middle. Oh, that's what you're asking about. It's just all you can do is like when you buy stuff, you can sell or not sell as many as you want. I was just slowly selling out of my position. So all I was doing was when it hit my main level that I want to get out, and I was just to hold more of my position. I was just selling 2, got out. Next high, got out another 2. Next high, got out another 2. And then the last video, the next high never hit, and so it stopped me out. But I was trailing my stop loss. So just rewatch that video again. I was just selling contracts while I was continuing to go up. That's all I was doing. Okay. I agree. I'm paper trading for 1 more month and move on over. To be honest, watch lessons and study the support. Beautiful, beautiful, awesome. Okay, but it's almost been an hour. Can you guys believe it? That was fast. Now look at this. Look at that. Price never broke. Are we taking anything? No. Okay. Nope. The strategy makes sense, to be honest. Good. I want you guys to make sense. I guess all those other people and influencers, they talk about I don't even know what, and I'm just like, bro, are you even speaking English? You're saying all these cool words like breaker block, liquidity sweep, fair value gap, SMT, data highs, data lows, imbalances of equilibriums, and that's all they say. And it sounds like they know what they're talking about, but they absolutely are just saying gibberish. It's like, what? What is an equilibrium, fair value gap balance, the liquidity upside of the side? Like, if I was just saying that to you guys, would you guys absolutely have any idea what I'm saying? I'm just being straight up. I don't even know what I just said, honestly. Right? Yeah, you don't even know exactly. See you later, Jamie. Yeah, I've seen so many videos of that shit, and I'm like, what in the, yeah, literally, bro. And at the same time, I'm not saying that ICT I'm not saying that they don't work. I'm just saying if it doesn't make sense to you, don't use it. And half the people don't know how to use it. Dix might be one of the people that does know how to use it. Right? I'm not saying you don't, like, it doesn't work, but half the time they don't know what they're saying. Can you use it in a smart way? Of course. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Why are some of them wearing masks so you can't see their face? Who would trust them? Yeah, exactly. I saw that. I was going through TikTok Live the other day, and it's live, obviously, because I'm a trader and I watch some trading videos. A guy on live went on there, And the guy looked like he was like a gang member. He was wearing like you only could see his eyes. He was wearing gloves, and he had the chart on, and he was like in the. It looked like he was in the hood, and he was like saying, "Yeah, hey guys, go ahead and join my Discord, and I'll give you all the good shit." I'm like, what? Does that make any sense? I'm like, okay, well, swipe. I'm not trusting that guy with advice. Next, but anyways, I think if you just make it simple, easy to point, people will understand it. Yeah, it was literally it's weird. Yeah. But anyways, any last minute question before we wrap things up here? And you guys go ahead, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Final countdowns, final minutes. Have a good night. Are we good? Are we happy? I'll post this video in the next 20 minutes after we hop off here. All right, perfect. Good. Well, you guys have a beautiful rest of your night. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Let's crush it with day 3 of the markets and keep going with this money. If you guys have more time, just chill, watch the market, draw your lines. That's what I say. Practice, guys. Watch the markets. You have to put in the time. Other than that, much love. I'll catch you guys later.